Tell them that I'm good, but I hide it well. Smile for the world while I'm fighting hell. Nobody sees the nights when I lose myself. I got pain in my chest that I hide too well. I learned how to laugh when my heart feel heavy. Learn how to walk when my legs weren't steady. Everybody see the wins, nobody saw the damage. Nobody came around when I couldn't manage. I put my problems underneath designer. Told my mama I'm straight, just so I wouldn't worry her. Phone full of numbers, still nobody I can call. Funny how the room get crowded when you ball. I don't watch love turn cold without a warning. Watch some people disappear by the morning. I stopped asking why, I just accepted the distance. Cause sometimes losing people show you who was pretending. I got memories I don't post, I got scars I don't show. I got conversations with myself that nobody will ever know. I keep the hurt behind my eyes, keep the pressure in my chest. Everybody thinks I'm strong, I just got good at hiding stress. They ask me, how you doing? I say, better than ever. But if you could read my mind, you know I barely held it together. I had nights I wanted answers, but the silence talked back. Had to carry all this weight with a smile on my back. I remember being broke, praying somebody would believe. Now they see the money coming, but don't see what it took from me. I gave people pieces of me that I never got returned. Some lessons came with pain, some bridges had to burn. I don't hate nobody, I just learned to keep my distance. Cause everybody saying family don't mean everybody different. I started reading people's actions instead of listening to promises. Cause I've been lied to with a smile and betrayed by people closest. I tell them that I'm good, but I hide it well. Smile for the world while I'm fighting hell. Nobody sees the nights when I lose myself. I got pain in my chest that I hide too well. If I ever told the truth about the nights I cried, you probably never recognize the man outside. I turned every scar into somewhere I could hide. Now I look strong, but there's war behind my eyes. I don't need applause for everything I survived. I just need one real person who can look in my eyes. Tell me you don't gotta pretend around me. Tell me put the weight down, you can breathe around me. Cause I've been carrying the world like it's mine, trying to fix everybody while I'm losing my mind. I made peace with mistakes I can't rewind, but some memories still hit me at night. I think about the people that I couldn't save, the ones I love deeply that still walked away, the younger version of me that was begging for change. I wish I could go back and tell him he'd be okay. I would've told him don't trust every handshake. Don't confuse being in love with somebody being fake. Don't let betrayal turn your whole heart cold. And don't sell your soul just to prove you're grown. I learned success don't automatically bring peace. Sometimes the higher you climb, the harder you breathe. Everybody wants the life that they see on the screen, but nobody wants the nights when you question your dreams. I lost sleep chasing things I thought would save me. Then I got everything and still couldn't escape me. That's when I realized the battle wasn't outside. How could I run the whole world and still couldn't hide? So I stopped blaming everybody for the person I became. Started looking in the mirror and accepting my mistakes. That's a different kind of pain when you know you're to blame. But that's also where healing starts, when you finally say your own name. I don't tell people everything, I don't show people everything. I don't post every battle, I don't explain every scar. Sometimes I'm okay, it's just another way of saying I don't know how to tell you how bad it's been so far. I tell them that I'm good, but I hide it well. Smile for the world while I'm fighting hell. If you ever felt the same, then you know this feeling. Sometimes the strongest face is the one that's barely healing. I hide it well, yeah, I hide it well. Turn my pain into stories that nobody could tell. If you got a scar that you cover from everybody else, tell me a story. Maybe somebody hears it and saves themselves. I got better at smiling. I got better at smiling when the pain came back. Got better at saying I'm fine when my heart went black. Everybody knows the name, but they don't know the man. They see what I became, never saw where I began. I don't talk about the nights I was scared of tomorrow, or the times I had to win but couldn't feel no joy. I was surrounded by people and still felt hollow, had to grow up fast. I never got to stay a boy. I put my feelings in a box and buried that deep, then wonder why the same memories visit my sleep. I got promises I made that I still gotta keep, even when I'm running low and it's getting hard to breathe. I used to think being strong meant never breaking. Now I know being strong means admitting when you're shaking. You can carry everybody and still need saving. You can look like you're winning while your soul feels vacant. I don't need somebody telling me they understand. I need somebody who stays when they don't understand. Somebody who can see the pressure underneath the plan. Someone who won't disappear when I finally lower my hands. I've seen love turn into leverage, trust turn into evidence. People learn your weaknesses, then use them when the pressure is. So I became careful, maybe too careful. Kept my heart behind a locked door and called that being faithful. I stopped telling people where it hurts, stopped explaining what I lost, cause every time I opened up, somebody calculated what it cost. But I'm tired of pretending that the armor doesn't weigh. Tired of acting like the past can't still affect today. I hide it well, but it still lives inside me. All the things I never said still come back to find me. I can have a whole room and still feel lonely. Funny how everybody knows me, but nobody knows me. I hide it well, I hide it well. Turn my deepest wounds into stories I don't tell. If you ever had a smile when you really needed help, then you already know the kind of pain you hide. Now I'm looking at my life like, how'd I get here? Had a lot of doubts that I don't let near. Every setback put another layer on my skin. Every loss taught me how to fight and still forgive. I don't celebrate revenge, I celebrate surviving. I don't need to prove I'm right, I'm just glad I'm still alive. And every chapter they expected me to disappear, I turned another page and made it through another year. Some people only love you when you're useful. Some only call when they need something from you. Some will swear they got your back until you need them, and suddenly they're busy when you reach them. I learned the difference between company and connection, between somebody loving me and loving my direction, between somebody praying for me and praying on my downfall, between a real friend and somebody waiting for my call. I ain't perfect, I got things that I regret, got apologies I owe and some I won't forget. But I refuse to let my worst stay define me. I refuse to let the people who betray me rewrite me. I had to forgive myself for choices made in pain. Had to stop punishing myself for things I can't change. Had to understand the scars don't make me weak, they remind me of the battles I was strong enough to beat. And if tomorrow comes with another storm, I'm not running from it like I did before. I know what darkness feels like at the core, so I don't fear the night the way I feared it before. I've been broke, I've been lost, I've been misunderstood. I made mistakes that I wish I never would, but every time life tried to tell me I was finished, I found another reason to keep pushing through the limits. I hide it well, but I'm learning to heal, learning that it's okay to admit what I feel. I don't gotta fake straight just to prove I'm real. Sometimes saying I'm hurting is the strongest thing you can reveal. I hide it well, but I'm not hiding forever. I've been through the storm and I'm finally seeing better. If you're fighting something nobody else can tell, remember this: you don't have to suffer in silence just because you hide it well. Maybe that's why this song found you tonight, because you got your own pain that you keep out of sight. So if these words sound like something you felt yourself, don't just listen and leave. Tell your story. Somebody else may be hiding it well. got scars underneath the clothes that I wear. Got 1,000 things to say, but I don't say them there. They see the money, see the motion, see the light from afar, but nobody sees the nights I was talking to the dark. I learned how to move like nothing ever happened. Even when my whole world felt like it was collapsing, I could walk into a room with a smile on my face, then go home and fight a war that nobody could trace. I don't blame them for not knowing what I never revealed. Can't expect somebody to understand wounds I conceal. So I carry every memory like a weight on my back, and every now and then the past comes running right back. I remember who I was before the pressure changed me, before every handshake made me wonder who was playing me, before I learned that love could come with conditions, before success turned friendships into business decisions. I miss the days when a dollar didn't change the room, when a promise meant something and tomorrow fell soon, when the people around me wanted me without the name, before everybody knew what they could gain. Now I look at old pictures and recognize the face, but I don't recognize the person who was standing in that place. He had dreams in his eyes and a heart full of trust. Life put a price on both and taught him who to distrust. I ain't saying I regret everything I became, cause the struggle made me sharper and it strengthened my name. But sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to grow without having to learn every lesson through a fight. I hide it well, I hide it well. Nobody knows the stories that these scars could tell. I can say I'm okay with a straight face every time, while there's a whole different war going on inside my mind. I hide it well, I hide it well. Built a smile so convincing even I couldn't tell. When you spend your whole life trying not to look weak, you forget that you're allowed to say, I need some peace. They told me money would fix every problem I had, but money can't bring back every good moment you had. Can't call somebody back once they're gone from your life. Can't make a broken promise suddenly turn right. I bought things I wanted, but peace wasn't included. Got everything I prayed for and still felt depleted. That's when I learned you can win in the eyes of the world and still feel like you're losing when you're alone with yourself. I don't chase validation like I did when I was younger. I don't need everybody knowing that I'm stronger. I know it, I survived, I know it, I endured. I know how many nights I had to tell myself push forward. There were days I wanted to quit, days I questioned every choice, days I couldn't hear my future over the noise inside my voice. But something in me kept saying, get up, you ain't finished. Even when my confidence was gone, that little voice stayed with me. I became the person I needed when nobody came. Had to give myself hope, and hope never showed its face. Had to wipe my own tears and still step outside. Had to look into the mirror and refuse to hide. That's why I don't complain when the road gets rough. I've already walked through places that were hard enough. Every scar on my heart got a story attached. Every loss that broke me taught me how to fight back. But fighting doesn't mean I never feel pain. Healing doesn't mean I don't remember the rain. It means I can look at what happened and say you hurt me, but you don't get to own me today. I forgive the people who never apologize, not because they were right, but because I want my peace alive. I don't need revenge, I don't need them to regret. My greatest comeback is becoming someone they can't break. And if you see me smiling, don't assume I never cry. There are oceans underneath what I keep inside. If you see me winning, don't assume the road is clean. I had to lose parts of myself just to find what I mean. I still have bad days, I still battle my thoughts, still remember certain people and the lessons they brought. But now when the darkness comes knocking at my door, I don't become the man I was afraid of anymore. I breathe, I pray, I keep moving. I don't run, I don't break, I don't let one chapter tell me how the whole story ends. I hide it well, I hide it well, I hide it well, I hide it well. But I'm learning to let it show. Not every wound needs a mask, not every scar needs to close. If I'm hurting, I don't know you a lie. I spent too many years pretending everything's fine. I hide it well, but I'm finally seeing clear. The strongest version of me wasn't built without fear. It was built every time I was afraid and still moved. Every time life knocked me down and I refused to lose. I used to hide my pain because I thought it made me weak. Now I speak about the scars because somebody needs to hear it. If you're hiding your hurt behind a smile like me,